like to welcome one of my best friends, Alain Servais, collector from Brussels. We have known each other for almost 10 years.
I'm not counting. I'm hoping it's not that long.
So as old friends, we used to be nice to each other, but today we are not going to be. I'm not going to be really nice with you. I'm going to throw some challenging questions on you.
Let's try.
Are you ready to take them?
I'm ready.
Let's go. So Alain Servais, what is your idea of perfect happiness?
Probably in two words, to love and be loved for who you are.
What is your greatest fear?
It's a difficult question because it's really one of the challenge I always put myself across all my life is trying to get rid of all my fears. So I would probably say that my biggest fear would be that something bad would happen to my children.
When and where were you the happiest?
Right here, right now.
Which talent would you most like to have?
That's a difficult one. I could say sociability because I don't consider myself as very sociable, so I would like to improve on that field. But that lack of sociability helped me a lot in my life by reading more, learning more, thinking where people don't think and going where people don't go. So I would be tempted to say sociability, but in a way I would miss my anti-sociability.
What is your greatest extravagance?
My greatest extravagance would be probably something we could not discuss here, or my greatest extravagance. I don't feel I'm so extravagant, or maybe just being myself.
What do you consider the most overrated virtue?
Sociability.
Again,
Yes.
coming back
Yes,
to the same
because
question.
it's very overrated because popular people seems to be in such an enviable position. But to have so many people around you and that you have to take care of and that take care of you is really, I think that I read an article about boredom, to be bored. And it was explaining how important it was to be bored. So if you are, again, that a very overrated virtue of being very sociable, you cannot be bored anymore, which is very annoying for your personal improvement, I would say.
Agree. On what occasion do you lie?
Every occasion when it's easier to lie rather than to give long explanations.
What do you most dislike about your appearance?
I don't like my chin. I don't like it at all, and I don't like my nose as well. But again, it's very funny because eventually people came sometime to tell me and they say, I love your nose. But I said, are you sure that you're looking properly? And I tell you a true story that I'm be very honest here. As when I was a kid, like 16, 17 years old, I considered myself quite an ugly guy. So it changed only because I have many reasons to explain why, but I realized that when I was walking anywhere, some people that were not so ugly were kind of turning their head and looking at me. So I thought, either I'm really extremely ugly or maybe I'm not that ugly. So I stopped having complex about this and I said, okay, they take me as I am and what it is. But I like to change a few things, which I will never do because I really try. I would really recommend everyone to avoid any cosmetic surgery. So I will leave it the way it is.
Which living person do you most despise?
Donald Trump.
Okay.
Without any doubt. It's regrouping everything I hate in humans. Intellectual dishonesty, meanness, racism. Really, it's really one of the person I despise the most on this earth.
I think many people would agree with you.
No, because he's been elected to US president, so unfortunately it
Only
doesn't
a
work.
few minutes. What is the quality that you most like in a woman?
Good question. Many qualities. I would say, let's have two: intelligence and courage.
Courage.
Courage in the sense of daring. We studied earlier about the fears. I think there's nothing more enjoyable than to try to get rid of the fear. And I believe that unfortunately, Simone de Beauvoir said it, you are not born a woman, you become a woman. I think society is imposing a lot of fears to women. They need to fear. And what I really admire is the women that have the courage to shake away those fears and be courageous.
Do you think it's easier to be a man?
In this world, yes.
If you would change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
Being more patient.
What is your most treasured possession?
I wouldn't say possession, but I could say my life with all what it involves. I would say my children, but I would not like to call them my possession. So I would say I had a very happy life up to now. So I would say it's my cherish, but it's involved my family, my children, my girlfriend, even my ex-wife, my friends, my passions, my interest, my curiosity. So I would say that's all those things which are constituting my life.
The next question, a bit tough. What do you regard as the lowest depth of misery?
The lowest?
Depth of misery.
Losing any hope. I think when you are really losing any hope, it's really the depth of misery in some way. And I think that you don't have anything to lose anymore. So yeah, probably not having anything to hope for.
One last question. How would you like to die?
In 200 years, when I finish my 9th life and my 6th body, but I love to live as long as possible because I really enjoy life. Otherwise, dying, I don't know, defending some ideals. Even if I'm not sure, I would fight for ideals really. But I admire those people that, or maybe I admire, or maybe I find them stupid, the people who died for ideals in some way. But I would be something I would really, not be happy with, but something I would admire maybe if I had the courage to die for some ideals.
The last one plus one. This is the question that you always ask me and many others. What is art?
What is art? It's impossible to get a simple definition, which is the beauty of it. It is a group of different elements. One thing I really like as a definition is art is a language, because art must speak to you. It must open your mind. It must ask you questions. It must disturb you. So art is a language, which opens your heart, because it's something which is touching not only the brain, it's touching the heart as well. So art is a language which opens your heart to the other, and the other is a big O. It's anything which is not you. And I think that's one of the beautiful challenges of art, is to try to get yourself to other places, understanding other people, opening up to new ideas, testing new ideas that you never thought about, looking at the world in a way you never did before. So, and I think that's one of the most exciting thing about art.
Excellent.
Thank you very much, Miss Cecilia.
Very inspiring answers. You passed the challenge.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.